What's up, grown-ups, in-betweens, children, and babies? I am Neesin, and I am back with your Raw recap for THS Wrestling. All right, before we get into it, please make sure you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications to make sure you get notified every time we drop videos like this over at that hashtag show. But right now, we're talking the great sport of professional wrestling, and we're talking the longest episodic show on network television, Monday Night Raw. Let's go. Now that I got my announcer voice on, I should announce that Raw opened up and we see old man Randy Orton. Look, Randy came home, guys, and there's no denying with the whole V for Vendetta facial hair that Randy has going on. Randy instantly injects energy into Monday Night Raw, and this whole thing with Riddle and Randy is something that people have been interested in since it first started, the RK Bro. We will talk about the main event when we get to the main event, but they kicked off the show with him challenging AJ Styles. Randy doesn't want anything to do with a tag team partner. Randy works alone. He's a snake. He hears voices in his head. Of course he does. And he punts people to AEW apparently. But we start off with him not wanting a tag team, and he wants to go one-on-one with the phenomenal one. And he challenges AJ Styles to a match that turns out to be our main event. So before we get to our main event, let's figure out how they fill 3 hours, shall we? As Pat McAfee calls him, bum-ass Baron Corbin came out and challenged Drew Macintyre because Jinder sent him, and it was his way of making money since he's broke. I will say this really has to be Cameron Grimes coming, right, guys? Like, this is what this is moving towards. Cameron Grimes. It's the only way to pull him out of his financial woes. This is how you get Cameron Grimes to the moon or to the main roster, because clearly they're trying to just destroy NXT slowly and mercifully. I think that's the word. So we saw bum-ass Baron Corbin face off against Drew McIntyre, but before we seen that, we saw Drew McIntyre cut an amazing promo explaining why he named the sword after his mom. And he talks about how his mom was sick ever since he was born. She was born with it, that she didn't complain. He was born, she didn't complain. She ended up getting cancer, and unfortunately she passed away, and she never complained a day in her life. And so she was a strong woman, just as strong as that sword. I thought the promo was very, very good, and it made me want to root for Drew McIntyre more. But what doesn't make me want to root for Drew McIntyre is this piped in sound. Now, I'm gonna bring up the piped in sound during the next segment when we talk about the next match. But guys, I want to ask you, is this piped in sound bothering you as much as it's bothering me? Because man, it is bothering me. I tell you, I don't know why I went Southern on that part. I don't understand. At the end of it, we see Drew McIntyre pick up the victory over Baron Corbin and send him down a deeper rabbit hole. Should I mention that he's also a part of the Inner Brand Invitational, and that's what actually brought him over from SmackDown to Raw to face Drew. Thought I should mention that because we are keeping track of exactly how many invitations that can be used per year, right? Next up, the journey of the 50-50 booking continues because we see the legend returning from COVID, Jeff Hardy, face off against OVW champion, FCW Mid-South Memphis. What's that brand again? What is it? Oh, NXT's trivia game show champion, Karrion Kross. And let's just say Karrion Kross got his win back. I mean, who didn't see this coming? We all knew it was gonna come. I mean, Karrion Kross beat Keith Lee, and then Keith Lee beats Karrion, and then Jeff Hardy beat Karrion first, and now Karrion beats Jeff Hardy. So it's just a bunch of 50-50 booking. We all know that WWE has this thing about this 50-50 booking. I just wish that they stop it. Jeff Hardy could lose. He should have lost the first one, or he should have won the second one. Jeff Hardy is beloved by black people. We love him. But back to my thing about pipe sound. One thing is for sure, Karrion Kross is not over. You can see that they're piping in sound, but there's no reaction behind them. Now, here's my theory. From the Thunderdome, it has taught WWE that they don't care about the fans' reactions when they can just have their own sound there. It just has to look like real people's there and they sell tickets and they get the money. But they're producing a television show. They're not producing a wrestling show. And we all know this. Like Vince McMahon said, I make movies, as he took a swig of his water on Beyond the Mat. I make movies. He's making episodic movies every Monday, television shows, if you will. Before Disney Plus was Disney Plus, before DC had Titans and Doom Patrol and etc., it was Vince McMahon making movie-like TV shows every Monday. Now, he's realized that he has the power of the universe, literally, in his hands, and he can make it seem like any wrestler is over. What is he, Kang the Conqueror? All I gotta say is, don't be surprised if we start seeing more superstars not being over, but seeming like they're over, because now he can literally pick and choose the superstars he wants. And maybe not just him. Maybe it's Bruce, maybe it's John, maybe it's the almighty, the Kong of Kongs, Nick Khan. Next up, we had Alexa Bliss square off against Doudrop. Now, I don't know about you guys, but every time I see Alexa Bliss, I think of Bray Wyatt. And damn, they really let that man go? And I also know it wasn't just me that thought that, because the crowd chanted, "We want Riot. We want Wyatt." So it wasn't just me that thought that. But Doudrop and Alexa Bliss did put on a pretty good match. One thing about Alexa Bliss, she can work, and by God does she does some amazing character work. I just hope that the same thing doesn't happen to her or what happened to Bray in the Fiend character. I really don't want that for her. She's too talented to let that go down. Now, Doudrop is very talented as well. We'll see where this whole Eva Marie and Doudrop thing goes. I thought they was going to push for the tag team titles and have a whole Miz and Damian Sandow thing going. Yay, boo. But it's clearly not going towards that. So hopefully Eva Marie does the job and Doudrop goes over, because she's taking a hell of a beating. She actually got smacked in the head today by Eva Marie. It's pretty tough. Like, we already did know this, but it looks like we're getting Damian Priest versus Sheamus at SummerSlam for the United States title. Now, Sheamus took on Ricochet in one hell of a match. Ricochet putting on like he always does. Comes up a little bit short because of the Devin Booker face mask that Sheamus has been wearing. Goes down 1, 2, 3. But Sheamus's celebration is interrupted by the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest. Comes out and stares him down. Sheamus backs down. He tries to get him from behind. Priest throws him over the rope. Then John Morrison and The Miz come out. We have John Morrison versus Damian Priest again. But this time, the wrinkle that's thrown in it, The Miz proves that he's not injured after all. He stands up from his wheelchair. By God, his legs actually work, guys. Thank God. It just gave me a very Linda McMahon moment when Linda stood up from her wheelchair at WrestleMania. Oh my God. No, not the same. Not the same energy. Oh, and one last thing. Apparently, Priest does bro kicks now. For our semi-main event, we had Nikki Ash versus Rhea Ripley as we march on to the triple threat match at SummerSlam with Nikki, Charlotte, and Rhea. Being that I said it's a triple threat match at SummerSlam that's coming up, you already know what's going to happen. Charlotte interferes, knocks them both down, and she holds the title high above her head, claiming that she will take the title. Now, this alone makes me think that Nikki is going to end up winning, because she's almost a superhero. What are superheroes if they don't have anything to overcome? And this is a big mountain to overcome. Lastly, for our main event, we had Randy's Home versus the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, and they put on a fire match as they usually do. But remember, Randy doesn't want anybody in his corner. Randy is not a team member. Randy is a lone player. He walks alone. He hears voices in his head. He's a snake. So when Omos tries to interfere, who comes out? His bro. Matt Riddle runs out to try to help Randy Orton which he actually does, and Randy Orton is able to hit a RKO while AJ Styles is going for a phenomenal forearm. Very clean, very dope. Of course, RKO out of nowhere. The one time I miss Michael Cole actually calling something. No, I'm just playing. Michael Cole is great, guys. I always love Michael Cole calling stuff. I'm just that guy. RKO out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. We think we're getting RK Bro. He's cheering, he's raising a hand. Everything is great. And then, of course, RKO to the bro. Now, do you guys think we're going to get Randy Orton versus Riddle at SummerSlam, or is this just a thing of you came too close to the snake so he had to strike, but let's go get those tag team titles and ride some scooters to the back of the... I try to make that rhyme. I failed. I want to know your thoughts on it. And I want to know your thoughts on Raw. We also had a promo from MVP and Bobby Lashley about Goldberg's fastly aging kid and other little things here and there. But I just wanted to hit the real quick points that kept my interest within the last 3 hours. What kept your interest in those 3 hours? Let me know. Is Raw getting better, or are they still trying to find their foot? Please drop them in the comments and I'll see you in the comments. Until then, make sure you check us out SummerSlam weekend. If you're coming to Vegas, we have tons of events. We have like 6 events from Friday to Saturday, and one of those being the Demandies. Yes, Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, their pop-up donut shop. We will be hosting it. We will be there. We will be in your face safely, of course, with cameras and microphones and trying out donuts and giving away t-shirts and blah, 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 blah. We have the Lucha Bros coming out. We got the Godfather. We got tons of people, guys. I'm really missed. If you want more information of what we're going to be a part of, please make sure you follow us at THS.wrestling on Instagram to stay up to date with all the events. We got WrestleSwaps. We're having Murder, Death, Kill karaoke. We're having Dolph Ziggler and friends on a comedy show. We're doing Talking Shop Live with the Good Brothers. Brothers. It's going to be an amazing event. I hope to see you there. And if you are there, if you're going to be there, make sure you can always slide in my DMs to talk about great sport and professional wrestling. That's right here at Stay Fly Life on Instagram. Make sure you do that. Look, like I said, the sun's out, so my guns are out. It's hot over here in LA. Things are boiling. And also, I'm getting ready for SummerSlam, baby. Getting ready for SummerSlam. So shout out Mila J. And shout out Tegan. And shout out the boss, Blueprint, the Standard, the GOAT, the Queen of the Cell, the ESPY Award winning DDT Mandalorian, Sasha Banks. And shout out to you. And make sure you check out that hashtag show for everything trending in geek pop culture. See you next week, guys. Also, see you at SummerSlam.